Snoopy the Psychiatrist is a brilliant episode of the Charlie Brown and Snoopy show. This is the seventh episode of the first season, and as always, there will be spoilers from this point on as I discuss things that I particularly loved. There wasn't anything that I didn't like. There are a couple of things that I think were maybe a little slower than I would have liked to have been, which I will point out. But generally, I found this to be brilliant. So my thoughts are going to be chronological because I wrote them down as they came to me. So spoilers from now. And it starts off with Lucy wanting Charlie Brown to see who he really is. And I have to say, I loved the demonstration with the seesaw and the boulder, and I thought that was pretty great and very well done. And there we get the Snoopy the Psychiatrist bit, as Charlie Brown goes to see him as a psychiatrist. It's very brief. It's very, very brief, to the point where I'm questioning why it's the title of the episode. But it didn't bother me at all. I enjoyed that part of it. And I have to say, I also laughed out loud. I don't actually laugh out loud that much at Charlie Brown. Even when I love the show, it's rare that I will laugh out loud. But when Lucy tells him if he's depressed for, I think she said 3 more days, I could be wrong on that, but if he's depressed for a certain more amount of time, he could be in the Guinness Book of World Records. And Charlie Brown gets excited and and says, "Really?" And Lucy replies saying he's just blown it. And it just made me laugh so much. And I really thoroughly enjoyed that. The skipping, Lucy was skipping with a skipping rope. I thought that was very well animated. The scenes with the kite, that was certainly well animated, but I found that to be quite slow. I feel like the kite scenes just weren't very entertaining, but we did get some great music in that section, so I didn't hate it, but it's definitely not my favourite part. We do have a wonderful bit with Peppermint Patty, and she asks Snoopy to go to the dance with her, and the actual narrative is fine, but what I loved is seeing Peppermint Patty in different clothing. I always love it when we get to see the characters wearing something a little bit different. It just makes it a little bit more engaging visually. And in this particular episode, she's wearing a green dress, so the colour is not too different. But she's also wearing a pink coat. And it's really interesting to see Peppermint Patty in pink. And I enjoyed that a lot. I thought it looked really, really effective. The baseball part of it, I thought was going to be quite slow. It started off really slow, but then we meet the character of Thibault, and the design of him is pretty awesome. He has a great design, but what I really liked about it was how Marcie responded to his sexism. He starts to make some really sexist remarks that are very well written, but not pleasant to listen to, if that makes sense. And he asks Marcie why she's wearing glasses because she doesn't need them to do housework, basically, which was just not what I was expecting. It's not the direction I thought the episode was going in, and just the way Marcie responded to it I thought was brilliant. So for me, that definitely ended on a really strong note. Really enjoyable episode. Yes, the kite part was a little bit slow for me, but other than that, I feel like everything flowed really well. Very well animated, very engaging. It made me laugh out loud, which, as I said, doesn't happen that often. So definitely a sign of something good. All things considered, Snoopy the Psychiatrist is a really brilliant episode of the Charlie Brown and Snoopy show.